Ciao, I'm Enzo.
I'm Celia.
This is a Piazza Talk, our channel about our life in Lucca
And in the Tuscan Hills.
Please hit the subscribe button. Grazie.
Ciao a tutti. Today I want to cook a traditional dish from my part of the world, Gnocchi Alla Sorrentina, which is a typical recipe for the Campania region, originating in Sorrento. To make the gnocchi, we need the following ingredients. We need the flour. I use farina tipo zero, and I also keep a little bit more flour because I'm gonna need when I need the gnocchi. Then we need an egg, and we need potatoes. We got these potatoes from Fiera di Parmigiano. If you look at the videos we posted a couple of weeks ago, and I'll leave the link, you can see all the farmers that sell their produce in the Garfagnana area. These potatoes are called patata di sulcina. It's very good for gnocchi because it holds the cooking very well, and it is one of these rare potatoes that we cannot even find in Lucca. I have to go all the way up to Garfagnana to get it. But what you need is a good potato, probably red is the best thing. It has to be good for holding the cooking. Doesn't disintegrate when you cook it. So this is the first thing we need. To make the gnocchi alla sorrentina we also need a good sauce. So I prepared first of all a good tomato passata, tomato puree. We need garlic and fresh basil leaves, extra virgin olive oil, Parmigiano Reggiano, and a fresh mozzarella. The first thing I do is to wash these potatoes, and I'm going to boil them with the skin. And to check if they're ready, we have a skewer. Let's boil the potatoes. The reason why I boil the potatoes with the skin is that I don't want to soak the potato with water. I want to cook them. So we want to keep a little bit of density or some kind of substance in the potatoes there.
You don't want them to fall apart.
No, I don't want that to disintegrate. This is the most important thing. And now while the potatoes are boiling, we are going to make the sauce. So we need olive oil. I cover the bottom of the pan. Then I add a clove or two of garlic. And now I'm going to add the tomato passata. The garlic is golden, so that's the right color. We're going to cook this sauce for about half an hour.
Over a very low heat?
On very low heat, yes, of course. Always rinse your bottle, put some water here, so save all the nice passata that's clinging to the bottle. You can see from this mozzarella that while we were showing the ingredients, has really some water. So you want not very much water, and we'll just remove some of the water from the mozzarella when we cook it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut it. So this is a little trick. If I cut the mozzarella like this and wait until the rest of the recipe is underway, it will release more water. The tomato sauce is ready, so I'm going to add some salt, and I'm going to add the basil leaves. I tear them with my hands, that's the best way to do it. Okay, I'm going to stir a bit the sauce, and in a couple of minutes it will be ready. The potatoes are ready. And now we need to work on the potatoes. They are still quite very warm anyway. So I want to remove the skin. When I did the potatoes, I did not add salt because we are going to use salt when we boil the gnocchi.
Can you wait till they've cooled down completely to peel them?
Not really, because otherwise it's quite difficult to mix them with the flour. We don't want that gnocchi they disintegrate when we boil them. So this is one of the tricks. So now the potatoes are ready. They look very firm. This is what's left, the skins, and we can go ahead with the next stage. Now we have to mash the potatoes. In Italy there's a tool that I don't own, it's called the schiaccia patate. Because I don't have it, we got to use a different system. First of all, I break them with a fork, and then I'm going to use a potato masher. The potatoes are mashed. I'm going to put them on the board. Now I'm going to add part of the flour. Make a hole here, and I'm going to add the egg. In the middle, pinch of salt, and a drop of olive oil, extra virgin as usual. Okay, now I'm going to break the egg and try to incorporate the flour, the egg, and the potatoes. If it is too hard, I'm going to add a little bit of warm water. Now I start to use my hands. The amount of flour depends on the potatoes as well.
Because these potatoes are so firm, you won't need all the flour.
Yes, this is actually the problem. That depends on the potatoes, because potatoes are so different. Some potatoes are watery, some potatoes are firm. Yes, it looks nicely amalgamated now. And also the dough looks quite firm as well. Now the most important thing is not to over knead, otherwise the gnocchi will be a bit rubbery. I think this is enough.
So you used only about half your flour?
Now we go to make a so-called salsicciotto, a little sausage. Use your palm more than the fingers. It's much better. Let's make the first one and see.
What size should they be?
It's over half an inch, so the centimeter and a half, 2 centimeters. The size of the gnocchi is very personal, because I had gnocchi that were rather big and some gnocchi rather small. So depends on the family, depends on the restaurant, depends on many things. We got this tool, riga gnocchi. Riga means line in Italian. And another possibility, if you don't have it, is that you use a fork if you like the lines. Again, like this, you press it on this side, the other side here. You got lines here and the hole in the middle. We have made, despite with just the two of us, a large amount of dough. The reason is that we only need 1 egg, so I cannot have half an egg. Probably I can, but it's a bit more complicated. So we go to make the gnocchi for us, but I'm going to freeze them. What is left and put in the freezer and can use them in another occasion. Hot water for the gnocchi, a little bit salt, and When it's boiling, we got to add the gnocchi. In the meantime, we are reheating the sauce because the gnocchi and the sauce, everything has to be hot. The water is boiling, so we can add the gnocchi. Okay, I'm going to do the first half. The gnocchi are ready when they start floating. Look how beautiful they are when they come to the surface. Now I start taking them with this skimmer, and they got to go in this bowl. And now we got the second batch. Be very careful with the hot water. In the meantime, I add a bit of sauce to the gnocchi, so I start mixing them so they don't stick. I'm adding the tomato sauce now. A bit more sauce because we want them a bit tomatoey. Okay, this is fine. Now can assemble the gnocchi in this terracotta pot. So we have a first layer of tomato sauce. The second layer is gnocchi. So I'm going to add a few pieces of mozzarella here. And I'm going to grate Parmigiano. A sprinkle with a bit of Parmigiano. Now we're going to add the second layer of gnocchi.
You don't need the tomato sauce in between.
And we got to put a layer of tomato sauce here on the top. And we got to add the rest of the mozzarella on the top. And a final sprinkle of parmesan. A bit more than a sprinkle because we want to create that nice crosticina. How do you call it in English here?
Just a crust, I think.
Yeah. Grill on at max temperature. We put it here 5 minutes. Look at that, the crust on top is ready.
Let's serve it. It looks delicious. This is always a wonderful dish, but these potatoes make it incredible taste.
So actually the potatoes make a difference.
They really do.
Interesting.
And this always takes me back to happy times with Enzo's mother in Sorrento, and she loved this dish. She always ordered it when we were in Sorrento, I remember.
Thank you for watching. If you enjoy our videos, please subscribe, leave a like and activate the notification bell. You just need a Google account and it's free. It helps our community enormously. Thank you very much.